What's going on, everybody? David here. Today I'm going to show you the final 3 little steps to refilling a CLI 42 cartridge. Okay, so I've done 2 other videos. If you haven't checked those videos out, I would strongly recommend that you go there first and then come to this last video. So this is a CLI 42 yellow cartridge, and first thing we need to do is we need to weigh it. So weighing it weighs in at 13.8. Okay, so anything under 14 grams is good. It usually will be between 14 grams and 13.6 grams. Okay, so next thing we need to do is we need to reset it. And you have the chip. So we have the chip down here. So we have the chip right here, and that chip needs to match up with these little prongs down here. Okay, this resetter has a little device that you put in here to help it slide right down into place. Now, with this is precision color resetter, or it's not a precision color resetter, but if you buy the kit with precision color ink, you will get the resetter. If not, you can check out on eBay. You can check out eBay, and they might have. Actually, they do. They have a few resetters that you can buy from them. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you how this works. So let's focus in a little bit better here. Okay, so all I need to do is put the chip into those little prongs. Now you're gonna see a flash, and then you'll see a long light. Okay, and that's what you want. So you want to get the flash first. There's a little flash, and then there you go. So steady stream light, and then you just hold it for about 5 seconds, and then you can let off. Okay. Now the card is reset. Let's do it one more time. Just put it down there, flash, then long, just hold it for about 5 seconds, and then you can take it off. Okay. So you want to make sure that you do it right, because if you do mess up, let's say you let it go the first little flash and then you take it off, you're going to have some problems, and it might not work in your printer. So make sure that you do that correctly. All right. Now we have the cartridge, and I want to add some ink. Okay, so this is my precision color ink. It's yellow, CLI 42Y, 2 ounces. Now this bottle will get me about between 4 and 5 refills. Okay, I believe this is my 4th refill. I've refilled 4 other times using this 2-ounce bottle. So this is plenty. I print probably every couple of days. No, actually, I print at least 1 print a day. But sometimes I'll get to a point where I'm printing, like over the weekend, I'll print a lot. So it just depends on how much you're printing, but you definitely want to make sure that you use this ink. I think shelf life is about 6 months. Don't quote me on that, but I think you should be using it every 6 months. What you don't want to do is get a real big bottle that you're not going to use within that 6-month period, because then you'll run into some problems with the ink getting contaminated with mold and stuff like that. Okay, so let me first grab these little stoppers here. Okay, so this is a little tray here that you can put your card in. You just slip it in like this. Now you want to do this before you start refilling, because you don't want the ink to spill out. And just so you know, when you have the cartridge here with this opening, if I put ink in there right now, it's just going to all come out of the bottom. Okay, once it starts going into the sponge, and we'll just start having a steady drip. And that's because this needs to be sealed. Okay, so obviously you can't seal it while you're putting the ink in there, so you want to make sure you have a little stopper on the bottom so it won't leak. Okay, and just so you know, Precision Colors also will, when you buy their kit, they'll give you a CLI 8 cartridge. Okay, CLI 8 cartridge will work. It's the same cartridge. The only difference is the chip. So the chip is different, so that would mean that you would have to take the chip off of the CLI 42 and put it on the CLI 8, okay? But it's the same cartridge. All right, so this is an option. I like to just use the CLI 42 because I know how to flush it, so why not use it, okay? But just so you know, they do send you a cartridge, and just one. And the reason they're only sending you one is because this is the yellow, and the yellow is the one that has problems, okay? As far as it's not compatible with the yellow ink in the CLI 42 cartridge. Okay, so there we go. Put that aside. One other thing I need to grab here. And that is these stoppers. So just grab a yellow stopper, and I'll use this at the very end so I can close off the hole in the top. Okay, so that's all that is. This is a little stopper here, and that will seal everything up. Okay, and that's why it's important when you're doing that, when you're drilling the hole, that you drill it out, because as you can see the little stopper, it will fit nice and snug in here, and that's what you want. Let's just get it in here. You see that? So that's nice and snug. And that's exactly the way you want it. You don't want any air getting out. Okay? So let's go ahead and take that off. Put this in here, just like this. And then we'll go ahead and put some ink in there. Now, I recommend having a Kleenex or having a paper towel just there waiting or at the ready, so you can, if you make any little spills, you can clean it up really quickly. You don't want this ink getting everywhere because it will really mess up everything. So let's go ahead and down there. Okay. So one more thing too, and I talked a little bit about the precision color. So this is precision color ink. It's 2 ounces, and we'll go ahead and put this in there. The syringe, okay, getting a little out of control there. Okay, so the syringe on this is a great setup here. It's a little squeeze bottle with a syringe. You can also just buy the traditional syringes and use those, but this is a lot more convenient. So they do offer both this type and the old traditional syringe, so just be aware of that. Okay, so let's start the fill. Just put it in here, put it on the inside, and then as you can see, just adding the ink, and you see it quickly start to fill up that sponge. That's what we want. Don't worry about the bubbles. They will even out after a while. You just keep adding ink. And what I do is I will fill it not all the way to the top, but about that level there. And you see there's still room in there. So I'll continue to fill until it's about, I guess I can just show you guys since I'm doing it now. I fill it about there. Now I want to stop because let me put this stopper on here and then I can show you a little better. Okay, the top here, there's a little like an air channel, and you want to keep that air channel open. You don't want ink getting in there. So once it starts getting to the top here, that's when I'll stop. I don't want it to go any higher than that. And you see there's still a little bit of room here, but that's fine. I mean, this is a full cartridge. So you'll have little, looks like little specks there. That's little openings on the sponge. After you let this sit for 24 hours, you come back and you'll see that those little specks will be gone. Okay, so that's it. So you weigh the card first, you reset it, and now you've put the ink inside. Now all you need to do is set it aside and you're ready to go. There's also another method that I've seen people do, and that is starting off by adding a little ink to the bottom. So the ink to the bottom of the, or I guess the sponge, making sure this is saturated, because this is the important part, because if this isn't saturated, then it's not going to feed any ink to the printer head, and if it doesn't feed ink to the printer head, then you'll have a problem. Okay, so as you can see, there's definitely some ink down there, so I don't have to worry about that in this situation, but just something to think about. Okay, all right, that's all I have for you guys. If you have any comments, place them below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.